Hello friends, welcome back to my video tutorial. This is Lipsa again with you. So in this video tutorial, we learn about Spring Boot actuator. Okay, so what is this actuator then? So actuator nothing but it helps us to expose the operational information about the running application. Okay, so it provides us the built-in production ready endpoints that can be used for controlling and monitoring our application. So when we deploy our code in the server, without any extra effort, we can know the health status of our running application and general information about that application as well as the CPU usage and the memory used. All those things about our application we can know by the help of actuator. So we can say it provides us the out-of-box solution to monitor our application. Okay. So this is the actuator. If I go to the actuator documentation, then you can see a number of predefined endpoints are there. Okay, to monitor our application. So let me go to my browser to show you. So let me search for just like Spring Boot actuator. So this is the official website for this. You can see there are so many endpoints are there. See here. These are the endpoints, the predefined endpoints the actuator provides, like audit. Each endpoint significant some information. See, audit events exposes audit event information of the current application, requires audit event repository bean. And also we have the beans, then catches, conditions, config groups, env, flyway, health, http trace, info, and so on and so forth. So you can see there are so many endpoints are predefined endpoints are there to monitor our application. Okay, so let me directly jump into the coding part to show you how we can create a project in Spring Boot and integrate actuator to check all these endpoints. Okay, so let me go to my STS workspace there. So this is my STS workspace. I have already created a project with Spring Boot actuator demo. So let me show you how you can create and what are the dependencies you can use to enable actuator in your Spring Boot application. Okay, so here just click on file, then new, then Spring starter project. Okay, so let me give the name like, let me show you. I'll not create this project as I have already created the project. Let me show you how you can create the project and what are the dependencies you can add here. So Spring Boot actuator already demo is there. Let's say Spring Boot actuator example I am giving. Okay, so type Java version packaging var language Java, and this is the group and artifact ID also. Let me give the same Spring Boot actuator example. Okay, description demo project for Spring Boot actuator. Spring Boot actuator. Okay, then add project to worksets. You can add this project to your worksets. Then click here next. Then what are the dependencies you want? You can add like Lombok, Spring Boot actuators. Okay. Then then if you want to connect this database with your driver, then you can choose the MySQL driver or Postgres driver. Whatever driver you want to connect, you can use. But I don't want to connect this application with any database, so I just choose Lombok, Spring Boot actuator, and Spring OA. Okay, these three dependencies I can add. Then click here next. Then you can finish. Okay, so I don't want to create this project as I have already created this project Spring Boot actuator demo. So if I go to the pom.xml file, then I can show you what are the dependencies I have added. See here, Spring Boot starter actuator, Spring Boot starter web, and Lombok. So these three dependencies I have added. Okay, so like this you can create your Spring Boot actuator demo project. Clear? Okay, so I have also already created a package controller. Inside this package I have a class like hello controller. So I just created a endpoint test to return this Spring Boot actuator demo project to return this message. Okay, just to test this endpoint whether it's working or not. So just let me run this application quickly. Okay, so you can see my application is up and running on 9091. So I have given this port number in my application.properties file 9091. So my application is running on this port. Okay. So now you can see here exposing one endpoint, that is actuator. You can see one endpoint is exposed. As we are enable actuator, that's why it's showing exposing one endpoint beneath base path actuator. So under this actuator path, one endpoint is exposed. So what is this endpoint? I'll show you. So just let me check this test URL whether it's working or not. Let me just open my Postman. So let me just type the endpoint like localhost 9091/test to run the application. Whether the application is running or not, let me check this endpoint. Okay, the application is running. Spring Boot Actuator demo project is coming. So that means our application is ready. So now I'll show you this actuator endpoint, exposing one endpoint beneath base path actuator. Now, as we have integrated actuator in this application, then we see if I hit these endpoints actuator, so what are the endpoints exposed? Okay, let me copy this one, go to my Postman again and type here actuator. Then if I hit this one, so you can see the self health URL is exposed. Self means 9090/actuator and health URL is exposed. Okay, so by default this one URL is exposed. Okay, so if I copy this one and print here like actuator/health, so it will give me the health information about my application. So if I type health, then send, then check status is up. Okay, so the application is running, we get the status. So if you want to check the details about the health information, then we need to add a properties inside our application.properties file to YML file. Okay, so if I add these properties in my application.properties file, then I can check the details about the health URL. Okay, so what is this? Let me show you. Management, just remember management dot endpoint, management dot endpoint dot health dot show details is equal to always. Okay, so this is the properties you need to add if you want to see the details about health information. Management dot endpoint dot health dot show details always. Okay, so let me run the application and hit the health endpoint again. Okay, so application started. Just hit the endpoint again. See the details about the health. You can see status of component disk space, then details about total C threshold exist. You can see the details about health information. Clear about this health information? So it shows us the health of our application. Okay. So if I go to my actuator documentation, then you can see there are so many endpoints, predefined endpoints are there. But by default, we can see only health is exposed beneath base path actuator. Okay. So if we want to expose all the endpoints, so actually in Spring Boot 1.x, so all the endpoints are exposed. But after 2.x, they are providing only some of the endpoints or few endpoints exposed, and other, if you want to expose, then we need to add some extra properties inside our properties file. Okay, so if you want to expose all the endpoints, then what is the properties for it? So let me show you that one. So for this, you have the properties like management dot endpoints. Remember it, management dot endpoints dot web dot exposure include. Okay, management dot endpoints dot web dot exposure dot include, then start. That means you exposed all the actuator endpoints. Okay, so let me save it and run the application. If I hit the endpoint again, if I hit this actuator endpoints again, then you can see all the exposed endpoints. See, beans, gases, health path, info, conditions, config props prefix, env to max, everything is exposed now. Okay, so if you want to just expose some of the endpoints, you don't want to expose all the endpoints, then you can use this, like, remember. So let me just comment it out and show you these endpoints. So you can use like this. Just remember management dot endpoint dot web dot include web dot exposure dot include is equal to, let's say you want to expose only info and then expose env. You can give the comma separated list like this. Okay, so these properties is used to expose all the endpoints, like management.endpoints.web.exposure include star. So this star is used to expose all the endpoints, but this one web exposure include, then this comma separated list is used to expose a few. The endpoints you want to expose, you can give like this, info and env. So now only info env will be exposed. Okay, let me rerun the application and show you this one. Okay, so if I hit the endpoints, actuator endpoints again, then you can see only info and env endpoints is exposed. Clear? So we use this tag to expose all the endpoints. We use this comma separated list to expose only a few. Clear? So up to this clear? So let me give one thing. Also there is a properties. Let me comment out this. Let me comment out this one. So also there is a properties in actuator. If you want to enable a particular or disable a particular actuator endpoints, you can do this. So how to use this one? So this is the properties, management dot endpoint. Here endpoint, not endpoints. Okay, endpoint dot, which endpoints you want to enable, you can put over here. Let's say I want to enable health endpoint. So health dot enabled is equal to true. Okay, if you want to enable it, you can use true. If you don't want to enable it, you can use false. Okay, this is another properties, market management dot endpoint health dot enabled is equal to true. Okay, so that means only health endpoint will be enabled. So let me show you. So my application started. Let me go to my Postman and hit the actuator endpoints again. Okay, only health endpoint is exposed. Okay, as we use this properties, management dot endpoint health enabled is equal to true. Also, you can show all the endpoints excluding a few. Here we have only include some of the endpoints to expose. Also, you can use exclude properties to exclude some of the endpoints. Like, let me show you. Let me just copy this one and paste it over here. Just uncomment it, and here instead of include, I can use exclude. Okay, I can use exclude. Let's say I want to exclude the env. Okay, I want to exclude the env endpoints from actuator endpoints. So let me comment out this one also, enable this one, comment out this one, also uncomment this one. So I'll show, that means I'll show all the endpoints excluding env. Okay, so let me rerun the application again. Okay, so application started. Let me go to my actuator endpoint and hit and send. See, so you have all the endpoints excluding ENB. ENB is not here. Understood? ENB is not here because we exclude this ENB from our actuator endpoints. Clear? So this is the way how we can expose all the endpoints and include some of the endpoints and also exclude some of the endpoints and enable a particular endpoints and disable a particular endpoint. So that is the properties what you can add to exclude, include, and also if you want to show the details about your health information, you can use these endpoints like management endpoint that helps show details always. Okay, so let me check other endpoints as well here. So let me also comment out this one. It's not required. I just show you. I have already shown you what is the use of these properties. Now we'll show our all the endpoints. We exposed all our endpoints and check a few endpoints. This is our actuator endpoints. Let me hit enter again. So this is the actual actuator endpoint. So now I'll check a few endpoints from here. So this is the beans endpoint. So what is the use of this beans endpoints? Let's hit enter and see. Okay. So this is gives us this matrix. So each endpoint has its own significance. So scope, singleton, type. Okay. This is the type, resource, dependency. All these are you can find from beans endpoints. So if I write here env and send, then you can see the environment variable like server port. You can see value 9091 we have given, name, command line, arguments, here property sources. Okay, you can see here the env stops. Clear? So if I hit here like matrix, we have another endpoints like matrix, right? If I write here matrix and hit send, so see these are the matrices like HTTP server request, JVM buffer count, JVM buffer memory used, JVM buffer total capacity. So if you want to go details about this, then you just copy from here, just mark here, just copy from here. Like if I want to see HTTP server request, just copy this one. Okay, matrix slash this one. Okay, just click here, send, see here. So you can see the statistics, total time, how much total time is taken, available tags, what are the tags, actuator, actuator beans, matrix. You can find out like this. So let me check another matrix and endpoints details about this. So if I want to check the JVM buffer memory used, okay, I just copy this one and matrix slash JVM buffer memory used. Then hit send. So I can see the buffer memory things. Clear? Likewise, you can check all the matrix related details. So actuator slash matrix, then slash that tag. What you want to go in details, you can put over here and check the details about it. Clear? So now I'll check another actuator endpoints. Let's say I have another like info. And hit here set. Okay, here you can see empty responses it provides us. This info provides us this empty responses. If you want to see the information about this application, then you can add your default information in your application.properties file and get the details by using this info URL. So how you can do this? Let's check here. So you can add the info related stuffs over here. See info.application.name spring actuator. Let's say spring boot actuator demo. Spring boot actuator application name. Okay. Then you have the info application description you can give, info application version you can give, Likewise, you can add your information about this application in properties file. When you hit this info endpoints, then you can check the responses with this information. Okay, so if I hit the info URL again, then you can see the application details. Okay, in application tag, you have the name, Spring Boot Actuator Demo, description and version. Clear? So that is about the info endpoint. So by default, the info endpoints returns us nothing. So you can add our information in our application.properties file, and when you hit the info URL, we can get the details. Okay. So these things we learn. Then there is another last point I want to share in this video. That is, you also create your own health indicator. So as we saw, only when we click on the health endpoints, we saw the status is up or down, or you can see when we go for the show details, we find out some of the health statistics. Okay, so if you want to give your own health statistics, then also you can customize it. So how we can do this? So let me show you this one as well. So just create a class. Inside this controller, I am creating a class. So you can create it anywhere. So I am creating a class like custom health indicator. Okay, I am creating a class like this. So this class is used to give your own health statistic. Okay, so this will implement your health indicator. This will implement health indicator interface. So you need to annotate this class as @component. It's important. @component. So now you need to override the method of this health indicator interface. So just add an implemented method. So health will return us the health of this application. Okay. Now we will write our own custom logic to return our own health statistics. Okay, so I just created a private method check health. I just give like a boolean value is of true and return that is of. So now I'll check not check health, then return health dot down with details with this message. Okay, up it will accept two parameter up, then not available. The application is not available. That means application is down. Then build. Okay, and if this returns us true, that means the health is up. So health dot up with detail app available. Okay. So I just write my own custom logic. You can add your own custom logic when you want to show your health status is up and health status down, and other parameter also you can add. So just save this one and rerun the application again to check whether our custom health matrix is showing in the actuator endpoints or not. Okay, so application started. Just go to here. Let me hit the actuator endpoints again. So we can see all the endpoints. So I'll check the health endpoints now. So I'll check whether this health endpoints provide us the custom health indicator or not. See, you can see this is our custom. Inside the custom tag, you can see status is up, details is up, available. Okay. So as we are provide like the health status, so always here management endpoint health show details always, then it provides us all the information. Clear? So that's how we can create our custom health indicator by implementing this health indicator and overriding the health method. Clear? Here you can add your own custom logic. So that's all about the today's video. We saw how we can expose all the endpoints, how we can include some of the endpoints, and how we can exclude the endpoints, and how we can enable and disable a particular endpoints, and also how we can give our own information about our application and check that one in the info endpoints, and how we can create our own custom health indicator. Clear? So in my next video, I'll show you how you can create your custom endpoints by using Spring Boot Actuator. So these are the predefined endpoints we have. These are the predefined endpoints we have in actuator. Also, by using Spring Boot actuator, we can create our own custom endpoints. Also, I'll make another video how we can monitor a Spring Boot application by using the Prometheus and Grafana. So I'll mention all those things in my next videos. Okay. So let me just comment here for a better understanding why these properties are used. So hope you understand the basic concept of actuator. So please subscribe for more videos. So in my next videos, I'll tell you how you can monitor your Spring Boot application by using Prometheus and Grafana. Also, I'll show you how you can create your custom endpoints in Actuator. So till then, thanks for watching. Thank you.